what loving relationships are all about, if it's love you want, and being able to be yourself with other. Now, healthy self-worth people will know how to be in what are truly loving relationships, because they have their 0-1-year-old in the forefront. They have their emotional plane in the forefront. They know how to alchemize what comes up from their thoughts and from their emotions, and to tell the truth. So they like to have vulnerable conversations with people. Always, not just sometimes. They know how to sit in silence without creating stories in their left mode. So being yourself with other is possible when you have your solo self, narrative self, relational self, and your core self in the forefront. I'm attachment trauma informed, and so now I can share that self in a better way. And those who do self-help and they do personal development and they do woo-woo spiritual stuff for my 5D mystics, come on over. We know why we get to keep on loving more. So knock, knock, who's there? Love. Are we sure? Well, you will know when you're healthy self-worth. You will not know if you have had childhood trauma and have not identified it. But you will know, thanks to being, hold on, I got something on my, okay. Thanks to being 2024 and having a bunch of lovely YouTubers that are doing a great job at healing and sharing information. Okay, so surrendering now. The 5D mystics know that our twin flame and flames and soulmates, they are not something that is set in stone, but they're also not something that we need to organize or deny. So what I noticed is that the 4D collective, some people have changed their minds. They don't believe in twin flames at all. That's because they didn't get their twin flame back. And really the whole thing of getting them back is quite humorous, because they didn't understand what a twin flame is in the first place. Okay, so they also don't know though what a 0-1-year-old is. So I'm going to leave that to the side, because here we talk to people, I do, that are into the human love narrative, not the I'm broken, Maria, everyone's broken, human sack. No, none of that. That's for the people who want to engage with content that involves Venus and goddesses of May, who give you gender stereotypes, as well as Mars men who give you gender stereotypes. Here's the thing for, what was it again? If it's love you want. Love is, like Gabor Mate points out, I accept you for who you are. You don't work for it at all. Oh, and you can express all of those basic human emotions, because I will tell you to your face, I'm building a genuine relationship. Your tone, your mood. What's up? I'm joyful, aren't you? Why are you bringing me projection? I won't say it that way. I'll say, I think you're moody. I'm going to go now, and I don't think you want to talk, and it's okay. So when people don't want to be their self with other, so vulnerable, it's because they don't want to talk. And for that, before we keep talking about how easy it is for healthy self-worth, secure attachment lady right here to say, I'm polyamory, I'm a mystic, I am a person who consistently travels, I got things to do, I got 24 hours, but I'm always going to be here, and I love you just the way you are, and I won't change because I know who I am. Guess what? In my 44 years of life, there's one consistent recurring message that some people like to bring my way. You let them get away. You don't negotiate. Excuse me, am I supposed to deny who Maria is for someone else? I think you have it mistaken. Love is not me denying who I am. I don't need to change me. I'm a piece of pure consciousness now, so I'm always expanding. My 1-year-old didn't go anywhere. My 2-year-old or 3, meaning I'm not broken, and I don't fear inadequacy when I see people fucking, drinking, drugging, and doing this as they get older and older and older. And I'm thinking, Pinocchio, you wanted off the island. Didn't you want to become a real, what are you doing, movie hangover? Really? You think that's funny? I think that's not funny, nor are any of the action movies anymore, and a lot more, because I see people living it like it's real, and then they're like, no, I'm not. Yeah, you're in pseudo-aliveness, and that's really what it is to be in unresolved trauma. And I saw one of Patrick Teahan's posts, last week, where he shared that. He's like, when you go out and you notice all these people have unresolved trauma, and I'm like, yeah, that's a lot more ideal for a 5D mystic than when people say, since I can read a room and I'm a special someone, I stay away from negative people. Really, you're a mystic? I see 4D. I'm going to say you're Elsa Journey, but not Elsa. You're more like an Ursula Elsa and the squirrel from Cusco land, and you're in the blamer of the codependent type that's a low self-esteem, who has porous boundaries, who doesn't know how to be independent, and you therefore then, you're not doing what I want you to do, and now I don't like you, and you have this energy about you, and you think it's not even think. They're not thinking. So that's a description of a porous, love-dependent human being who's a squirrel from Cusco land with a mixture of thinking they're special because they have clairs and they're not getting what they want, and they're getting in this little energy that is healable. It's healable with a good therapist. It's healable with, wow, I have a nervous system. I'm upset right now. Let me work with it. Okay, everybody loves somebody sometimes. And that is number one of number two song that came to me. So true love. Love is where my someplace is here. You know you're always where you're meant to be, which is why your twin flame or flames don't get denied because they don't do what you want. That's for the people who don't know what, again, a twin flame or twin flames are, and they won't ever, and it's okay. It became a trend for a reason. I already knew that. I'm a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group, so I'm pretty good with all of that. Thanks, Akash and God. And everything that is the relational field. It's a beautiful place to be in 2024. Your love made it well worth waiting for someone like you. So when you know true love, you're going to know why it's really nice to be able and in time cultivate it. And that dream, which is overdue, is never really overdue. So Dean Martin is one of my favorites. I like Frank Sinatra too. And some people, they boycott Frank Sinatra. I'm Dean Martin because of the past. And I instead will say their music, beautiful. The fact of the past, well, we're still working with the past. There's men who tell you how a man will fuck you, feel contempt and disgust for you, for me, 1 second after they're done with the deed. So you think, Rabbi, that I'm going to be sad that he don't text me back the day after and, oh, he feels shame too? I'm not going to be sad. I'm going to know, wow, he needs a therapist. And so does any other person who doesn't understand that that sentence in and of itself means you are a person who needs a therapist, because you're not supposed to be fucking people and feeling like that. It's supposed to be something that you're like, wow, I shared an intimate moment with someone, not objectifying, you know, the essence of life inside of you, anyone? So the fact that people will actively think that it's a duty, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm happy there's good therapists out there for those who have non-bilateral integration, the men out there particularly, and the women, but I, as a woman, will say, wow, I feel sorry for all the men. I'm not feeling sorry for me, that's for sure, because I can totally, at my 44 years of age, I don't waste any time. And I'll notice if you have non-bilateral integration for very specific reasons. Sway is the other song that came from Dean Martin. Bend with me. When we dance, you can have a way with me, and that's exactly what love is. And that's why there's no sagas or dramas with anyone. When you have spiritual awakening, you will know it if you're divine feminine. If you're divine masculine, you're going to know eventually you're divine feminine. And that's something beautiful when those things happen. Other dancers may be on the floor, but only you have that magic. And, you know, those eyes, they're the only ones I see. Okay, so when you have a magic about you in a relationship, it doesn't ever go away. It just keeps on building. And Billy Joel, The River of Dreams. In the middle of the night, I've been walking in the street. And so he's really cute in the song, looking for something I lost, something sacred I lost. Something taken out of my soul, something that I would never lose, something that somebody stole. Yes, your first year of life, if you didn't get consistent, contingent communication, your unfortunate heart got lost. And then you can have found it back once you find healthy self-worth women, men, and days who say, you're beautiful just the way you are. I accept you, and I will show you that I will not change my mind and time, and I will be a consistent piece of consciousness that you and I will engage in loving chit-chat. True chit-chat. Genuine, okay? So the river is wide and hard. The valley of fear, tired of walking. That's when we find each other. Right here. Where's my papers? I lost them. But I think I have enough time before we go. So when we have the jungle of doubt and the promised land, it's true love. It's people who know that you are never alone in any of those emotional moments when you have healthy self-worth people. So anytime that people want to heal truly their inner child, they bring to those of us who are 0-1-year-olds whole selves their true story, and then we welcome them because it's 2024 and we love to love. So when you can be yourself with others because you choose, I'm confident, for real, we're all pachas here. We say, shake the hand, Knock, knock, who's there? Love. Are you here to say? Yep, I am. Are you going to show? Yes, I will. And romance is always, it's not a battle and it's not tough. It's not hard work. Tune in for more.